Okay, good day everyone. So today we're going to talk about the nature of inquiry and research. So for this lesson or for this endeavor, these are our learning competencies or learning objectives. At the end of the discussion, you should be able to first explain the meaning of research or define research using your own words. Second, explain the importance of research or the importance of it in our daily life or in our daily lives. Third, differentiate inquiry, investigation, and immersion. And lastly, state the main purpose of research. So these are our guiding principles in discussing or while discussing this lesson. So let's start. So what are the differences of inquiry, investigation, and immersion? So let us first have inquiry. So when we say inquiry, it is the act of asking question. So you are um, asking someone some important questions so that you could gather information. So inquiry is a process that aims to augment knowledge, resolve doubt, or solve a problem. So those are the reasons why people or a certain individual ask question. Okay, so he or she is asking question because he want he or she wants to update the existing body of knowledge. Okay, or he or she wants to change something on that specific existing body of information. A person is also asking question because he or she is unsure when it comes to the information he or she has. Okay, and also we are asking questions so that we could resolve a certain problem. So that is the characteristic of or the reasons why people are asking questions. Second, let's have investigation. So if you will be looking for the meaning of investigation in Merriam-Webster dictionary, so you will find out that investigation and inquiry are synonymous words. Okay, so meaning they have the same meaning. So, investigation is a systematic examination of a certain event or phenomenon. So, if we will compare it to inquiry, investigation is a deeper act of information or gathering information. So in here, we are following certain procedures so that we could have a great or efficient result. Okay, we could get the result that we are wanting to get. So that's investigation. So you are following procedures or steps in gathering data or information so that you could solve a certain problem or you could solve a certain situation. The third one will be immersion. So from the word immerse, in this process, the researcher or the person involved is directly exposing himself or herself to the data gathering activities or procedure. So, meaning the researcher himself directly asks questions to the respondents. He or she directly observe the situation he or she is studying. So that is immersion. You are directly exposing yourself to the problem. You are directly involving yourself in solving that specific problem. Okay, that is immersion. So in here you are carefully reading and examining the details that you have gathered while you are on that specific place or situation. So those are the definitions of the what we call three eyes. So these three eyes, inquiry, investigation, and immersion, are some of the data gathering procedures that we may apply when we are conducting research. Given the definition of these three I's, we could get the concept of research. So when we say research, is a creative and systematic work undertaken to increase the stock of knowledge. So, meaning we are conducting research, we are doing this one so that we could add something to the existing body of information, so that we could give other options to resolve a specific problem, so that we could not end up with just one solution to solve a very complicated problem. That is the main purpose of research. That is the main goal of research. In here, we are following procedures so that we could get the best possible solution that we could apply to resolve a certain problem. Another characteristic of research, so this is a refined technique of thinking. We are employing specialized tools, instruments, and procedures in order to obtain a more adequate solution to a specific problem. So, after gathering data, after collecting enough data, we are using specific tools to analyze it. We are using formulas and different tests in order for us to come up with the best solution to solve a certain problem. Also, research starts with the problem, and then after you gather enough data about that problem, you will now analyze those information or the data that you have gathered. And then after it, you will be reaching a specific decision or result that is based on the actual observation that a researcher has done. So that is the basic rules or the basic process of conducting a research. So after series of tests, after series of data gathering procedure, after series of analysis, you will come up with a result that will somehow become a solution to solve the problem that you are studying or encountering. So that's the definition and the characteristic of research. So next, let us have the main purpose of research. Okay, these are the reasons why people are conducting research. The first one is to inform action. So we are doing research, we are conducting research so that if we will encounter this specific problem in the future, we already have solutions for it. Okay, so we already know how to solve or how to surpass this kind of problem because of the researches that we are writing today. So that's the first goal or the first purpose of conducting research. Second, we are writing research to prove or generate theory. So you could prove a certain theory or the effectiveness or the feasibility of a certain theory using research. Or if you are somehow thinking of a new strategy or a new technique, you could also somehow test it using research. Okay, that's the second purpose of it. The third one is to augment knowledge in a certain field or study. So, meaning using research, we could add more information to the existing body of knowledge. We could change some details of it and update it based on the current time or situation. Those are the main purposes of conducting research. Okay, and then next we have the importance of research in daily life. So the first one, it sharpens our mind to give a judicious vision to look. So meaning, if you are conducting research, you are not uh you will not be looking at a certain situation in just or one-sidedly. So meaning you will look at it in different perspective. Okay, you will judge it in different angle, not in just the surface level. Second, it gives us a light or direction to inquire about the right information. So when you are conducting research, you are thirsty to know more about a certain issue or about a certain topic. You don't stop with just a little pieces of information. You are thirsty to look for more. You are thirsty to um, get more information about it, and you are asking questions to gather those enough data that you are needing. Third, it develops our attitudes or attitude not believe automatically. So meaning if you have heard a certain information about something, you are validating it. You are clarifying that information that you've heard. You don't believe that easily. Okay? You are asking for clarification. You are asking more questions about it so that you could validate that specific information. Fourth, it leads us to the ultimate philosophy of life, and it builds a graphic vision to improve the community where we live. So that's the basic purpose of conducting research, to make our lives a better one. Okay, so that our daily living will become an easy and smooth one. So that's the main purpose of it. So people or researchers are conducting research so that we will become at peace. Okay, we will enjoy our lives. That's one importance of it. It makes our daily life an easier one. Fifth, empowers us with knowledge and efficient learning of new things. So if you are conducting research, for sure you will discover a lot of things. And those discoveries, those information that you will learn while you are conducting a research will add up to the information you've known, or to the body of information that you have. Yeah. And then next, it helps us in understanding various issues of life and in giving solutions to our problems. So research um, increase awareness on the problem that we are facing. It gives us um, possible solutions to solve the problem that we are encountering. Ayan. And the next we have, it allows us to mark out the thin line between truth and fact. So meaning, if you are conducting research, you could easily identify if the information you have is a factual information, or it's a lie, or it's an invalid one. And then it opens vistas news of opportunity before we pick and choose, or before we pick and choose. So meaning, through research, we could not just end up with one solution to a certain problem. We could have several solutions. We could have choices to choose on when we are encountering a certain problem. So, usually, we are picking the best solution to solve our problems. And that's one of the significance and importance of research. And then we have, it makes good habits of reading, analyzing, thinking, and learning. So when we are conducting research, we should read a lot. Okay, so in order for us to summarize the related literatures that we are looking for, we need to read it. We need to read the whole text so that we could know if that specific piece of literature is relevant to our research. Next, we have, it is a tool for building knowledge and for facilitating learning. So just like what I have said a while ago, if you are conducting research, you'll learn a lot. Okay, you'll discover a lot of things that you've never known before. So that's one good aspect of it, because um you are adding information to the things that you've known. Okay, you are um discovering a lot of things, and for sure it will add up to the things that you know, and it will somehow help you, maybe not today, but in the future. And then last slide for this lesson, it is a means to understand various issues and to increase public awareness. So through research, we could discuss some societal issues that our community is facing. It could be a great tool to increase awareness on those kind of issues so that the people around you will know how to act, will know how to um, resolve that specific problem if they will encounter it some time. Okay, so it could give them ideas about that specific societal issues that we are facing. And then it is an aid to business awareness. So through research, you could also um, promote, you could also um, introduce the business that you are planning to have. Okay, so in their case, some of them are doing feasibility study so that they could identify or they could know if the business they are thinking to establish will work, or it is possible to work in the future if they have decided to put that kind of business. And then it is a way to prove lies and support truth. So just like what I've said a while ago, when you are conducting research, you will easily identify if the information is valid or not. Okay, you could easily identify if the sources are reliable and credible enough to choose as the source of your information. And it is also a means to find, gauge, and seize opportunity. So we could also use research to identify if a certain trend or if a certain opportunity will somehow help us to improve our lives. Okay, we could use research to find some opportunities that will make our lives a better one. Also, it is a seed of sharing valuable information. So it is very observable nowadays, especially when you will be conducting or when you will be writing your research. You will be needing related literatures. You will be needing support for your problem or to discuss your topic. So researchers or researches will be a great tool to become the background information about a certain topic. Okay, and maybe in the future, the research that you will be writing today will somehow become the sources of information of our future generation. And then it is the heart and soul of good writing. So in research, we really need to follow the formats. We really need to follow uh, the guidelines in writing. So for example, when it comes to grammar, you will be asking the help of a grammarian just to check if the grammar of your research is correct. Okay, we need to follow the formats, like for example the spacing, um, the justification or the alignment of your text, the specific font style and font size of your letters, and so on and so forth. And then, uh, that's the importance of research in our daily life. That's the significance of it. It somehow makes our life a better one. Okay, so that will be the part or the first part of this lesson. So if you have questions, you could ask me on our GC so that I could answer your questions. So I will be cutting the discussion here because I already have recorded this part of the lesson last week. Okay, so that's all. Goodbye and thank you.